Good evening. It is just after 9 o'clock in Los Angeles, and after what has been a very frustrating night of technical difficulties, our team of producers and tech experts has been working, and we are back, and we are live with election coverage and the latest news that we can give you. I'm Ella Katz.
And I'm Zoe Ginsberg. And we are going to take it to the map to give you an update on the states that we have missed since our coverage has been down. So this map has looked static for a while because, you know, the states that have kind of been expected to be called have been called, with the exception of Colorado going to Biden, sort of being, you know, one of those that were up in the air. But since our last check-in, New Mexico, Virginia, New York, California, Oregon, and Washington to Biden. Definitely. You know, it is later on the East Coast, Zoe. It's actually midnight. It's actually November 4th. But here, so, you know, Trump, right, has Indiana, has Wyoming, also has Arkansas, Louisiana, both the Dakotas. But it is, and so you would think that on the East Coast, some of those battleground states, right, Pennsylvania, we might have Florida, which could be coming in soon, Ohio, but with the volume, right, of mail-in voting, we don't, have those yet. But actually, according to NBC News, Trump has Ohio, is that correct? Yeah, that would be the breaking news of this past few minutes. According to NBC News, Trump has Ohio, which I believe we said earlier is 6 electoral votes.
No, Ohio is 18.
No, 6. 6.
Ohio 6? Okay.
Oh, sorry, no, Iowa. Sorry, you're right, Ohio.
Ohio is 18. No, sorry, we're a little tired tonight, but we're going to, okay, Ohio is 18. And I think, you know, it's interesting to think about, Zoe, now that Trump has just been...
that would be our first battleground.
That would be our first battleground. Not over for Biden in any means, but definitely a lead for the president.
Yeah, I think it was one of those that people thought that if Biden took it, it would be a sign that Biden was going to do well. So it's not necessarily game over for anyone.
I think it was game over for anyone. I think it's interesting, too. Both campaigns definitely poured a lot of time and energy, especially in the final stretch this weekend in the 11th hour into Ohio. But, you know, I mean, Trump did win it by 8% in 2016. So it is a battleground state, and Biden definitely had a shot, but like you said, not over for Biden. Yeah. Now we're going to talk a little bit about what has been influencing voters, and for that we have a piece for you to watch.
Past knowledge of the candidates,
the current economy.
Come the presidential debates, as I was watching, I kind of realized how much of a fool Donald Trump actually is.
More so just the history of our president in the last 4 years.
Although I've been informed of many of Biden's past faults and political wrongdoings, the fact that he's promised to sign the Paris Climate Agreement is enough for me to cast my vote in his direction.
I think 4 more years of a Trump presidency sounds hellish.
It's kind of embarrassing to have someone like him in office, so it kind of left me with no choice.
I don't really care about what the media has to say because I've already been decided ever since, this orange guy got elected 4 years ago.
I feel like we're already kind of in hell, but then this will be taking us to an even lower level of hell.
The way COVID-19 hit, a lot of businesses are shut down.
I've been not too much influenced by different media and things like that, but I've used social media and different online news platforms to keep myself educated with what is happening.
Not so much the debates this year. I feel like they've been largely just unproductive.
Initially, I was between both Joe Biden and Donald Trump. I didn't know who I would end up choosing.
I would rather not go to that level of hell, so that is why I'm voting for Joe Biden.
Honestly, just want somebody who has a plan to get us back on track and not continue on the downtrend that we have right now.
Yeah, lots influencing voters, and again, big turnout. 25 million more people than 2016 coming out to vote. So all those reasons they listed hit home for young people voting in this election.
Definitely, Zoe. I think more generally, it's important to think about tonight, regardless of where the night or even the week takes us. There is an incredible amount of anxiety on the ballot.
You're telling me?
Yep, and everyone's feeling it, regardless of who you're voting for, and that's why we're going to bring in our correspondent Nikki Walker to talk about mental health now. Hi, Nikki.
Hi, Ella. Hi, Zoe. Thank you for having me.
So
Yes, so students are following this election as we are right now, and on top of that, they are wrapping up finals. They are, or not necessarily finals, but they are preparing their exams, writing papers, and they are overall overwhelmed. So with us earlier today, we had Dr. Kelly Greco, and to talk about the election stress workshops that are offered to students twice a week. Here's that soundbite.
So the workshops are going great. They are drop-in outreach, and they're there to help support the community in terms of talking about coping skills. How can I manage the stress, especially as we're in the middle of midterms and our home stretch into finals. So there's a lot going on for students, and we're hoping this is an additional support to help have a discussion about our mental health and well-being during this trying time. Every student can drop in. And it's for anyone that really wants to have a dialogue about coping skills, build community, and really talk about how to thrive and be resilient during this time. You know, we know that community engagement is so important during this time. So building a community and all learning from each other, as well as learning from the facilitators that will help teach coping skills on how to manage your stress. But I think what really makes workshops and groups important and very effective is noticing that I'm not alone. It really normalizes and validates what you're going through, because many times we think we're the only one experiencing this. So it really confirms learning from each other, having these important dialogues, and then realizing that I'm not alone in all of this.
Dr. Greco is so right. Election stress right now is one of the most collective experiences America is having. Back to you, Zoe and Ella.
Thanks so much, Nikki. I mean, I think it's so important. I know, just like Dr. Greco, like Nikki just said, just starting those conversations and talking about this discomfort, this uncertainty, because it is very, very real. And when we can't walk into the media center every day. We're so lucky to even be here right now. We can't talk to our peers in the classroom, at lunch, on a Friday night, whatever it may be. Like, we need to go the extra mile to have those conversations, even if they're over Zoom.
Absolutely. Loneliness is a really intense thing right now, and it's pervasive. So we're going to start looking at Ohio right now, since those are the results, partial results that have come in. Right now, Trump is leading 53.4% to 45.2%. Again, these are partial results. But you know, this was our battleground state that we were looking at. And we're going to bring in another reporter who has been doing so much work on the Senate races. He's not ready quite yet, but these Senate races, Ella, are huge. We talked about this earlier.
Yes, we did.
The Senate is responsible for so much. Just last week, the Senate confirmed their third Supreme Court justice of this administration. Their powers are important. These races cannot go without notice.
They cannot go without notice, Zoe. I know you've particularly been following these races super closely, and some of them have been called, right? Hickenlooper in Colorado. I believe I'm right there. Yeah. And another one, you know, Mitch McConnell, right?
Mitch McConnell, Lindsey Graham. Yes, you're right.
Lindsey Graham. Also expected. I don't think Maine has been called quite yet.
No,
but that's
we're still waiting on some of the tighter ones. And we're going to bring in Luke Scorsel to talk to us about some of the results that have come in. Sorry, we don't have Luke. He's coming soon. But we want to intro something. Why vote? This is why you should vote.
My name is Rufina Mendoza Ruiz. I'm 27 years old, and the reason why I'm voting is because